steps, which sort of steps should we taken to improve our English? Like, first question is that.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to answer the first question. I think a few minutes ago, you were asking a question: how can we rectify our mistakes?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh, but thank you so much for asking. So, it is very easy. For
Mhm.
example, because we know about the grammatical rules. For
Yeah.
example, if we see any video, or
Mhm.
so we know like that person would be making that mistake. Okay, that person is making that basic mistake. So
Mhm.
if you just try to work on your little weakness, if I talk about subject verb agreement, so
Mhm.
most of the time if I talk about my mistakes, so I say this thing like if I say like I go to the market, so I use I goes to the market. It happens. Okay. So it is the
Yeah.
omission of the language, little mistake also. Or sometimes if I say like, okay, do you know me? Okay. So do know me means I'm giving little examples which sentence we know. So we
Mhm.
miss the auxiliary verb, or sometimes we do not pay attention towards the verb. For
Mhm.
example, if I talk about the subject, so with the singular, we have to use es form, es or
Yeah.
s form of verb. So
Yeah.
these things we have to keep in your mind. These are little or models you can use it properly. Okay,
Okay.
so if you just keep if you just try to think about, okay, if you just
Mhm.
try to rationalize your this mistake, so you can able to, sorry, you will be able to become a good speaker. Pay attention towards these small things, so you are going to become a better version of yourself, because every day you are going to learn something new. Okay,
Mhm.
and every day generally use I am fine.
Mhm.
So if you know another word, for example, in the pink of health, so in Hindi say कि जब हम कुशल मंगल हैं, so you can use
Yeah.
that I am in the pink of health. You can
Mhm.
use I am as fit as a fiddle. Hmm? And
Yeah.
there are
I have
multiple
heard.
ways of saying one. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are multiple ways of saying one sentence also. So
It
day
means,
by day na, yeah, day by day, if you want to like.
if you want, sorry for interruption, if you want to become a more advanced, if you want to look so more advanced in speaking, so you have to change your sentences, like from simple sentences towards the advanced structure. Like now you told, I'm fit as fiddle, so it's a advanced structure to speak like that. Okay.
Mm, yeah. So I'm saying like find your weakness, and after that you have to work towards it, and day by
Mhm.
day you are going to learn. For example,
Yeah.
if I talk about hand gestures also plays a very vital role.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
your eyes big, and there's so many things.
Mhm.
So you have to improve, just you have to learn.
Who is learning this language, though basically naturally they are the native learners, like they are learning English, Hindi to English, so sometimes I watch so many videos in the experts saying that you should train your mind to speak English. So how can a native speaker can train your mind in a thinking in English? How can it possible? Can you give this answer?
Yeah, I think for that, I think uh, it's I think it would be very difficult for any kind of a native speaker of Hindi or Malayalam language,
Yeah.
because they, when anyone learns the language, so first they start translating. Okay,
Yeah.
first they have to understand the language in Hindi, and
Mm.
they translate then in English. For that, you have to just learn the rule, and after that, whenever you see something, you have to say that thing in English. For example, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरे सामने मतलब एक घड़ी लगी हुई है, ठीक है, तो
Okay.
अब अगर मैं इसे पहली बार कहूंगा तो ऐसे कहूंगा कि देर इज अ क्लॉक ऑन द वॉल. ओके.
Mm.
But now
Yeah.
my mind is trained. So now if I say this sentence whenever I see the clock, there is a clock on the wall. There is a
Mm.
clock on the wall. If I repeat that thing for 8 times or 9 times, so it will stick in my mind. So now I do not have to just translate Hindi from English. Okay.
Okay.
I can say in English. So you have to learn the structures, and after that, you have to practice with another, get used to the situation very easily, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, I want to give one example also where I don't know any kind of a word of Telugu language, few words I know. So there is a word called Miru Illa Unnaru. I know my pronunciation would be bad. So it means like, how are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the first time when I listened to this word, so I did not understand. Okay, so because I was fascinated to because I was fascinated, so I just wrote this word in my notebook a few months back, and after
Okay.
that, whenever I was speaking with my friends, so I was using this word. So she
Okay.
was laughing, but what was happening? But because I want to learn few words, so I just started using. So first it was really uncomfortable, but after that I get used to it. And now, like right now, you can say that I can use with you. Hmm?
Mm.
Miru ila unnaru.
Yeah.
Or answer I can say that Ninu bagunnanu means I am fine. Ninu.
So many times that there, if you want to become a good speaker at that time, there is no need of grammar. Is it true? There is no a beginner at that time. At time, how much grammar is required to become to learn this language, or can we fluent without learning grammar? What do
Yeah,
you
I think, I will tell you about my view. I think people view would be different, I think.
think?
So, speaking about my opinion, so you can become fluent without knowing the grammar.
Okay.
But uh, like if you have environment of English, okay, so at that time you don't need any kind of a grammar. You are
Yeah.
learning the grammar because you use that language with your neighbor or with your family members, and you are learning the rules naturally. So this is the process. So at that time
Yeah.
you don't have to just worry about the grammar. But just imagine if you do not have any kind of environment, okay, you have
Mhm.
never see, and you have never come across any kind of a person who speak in English. So at that time it would be very difficult for you. So you
Yeah.
have to learn the basics. So how would you learn? So you will start from the grammar. So
Mm.
grammar helps at that time. So if you do not have any kind of like environment, and at that time one thing also, it is very necessary, I think. Without grammar, I don't think anyone can speak.
Okay.
They learn the grammar consciously
English
or
is,
subconsciously.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that is the thing.
It's not our
Their
native language.
method,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Sorry,
the
sorry,
method
continue.
would be different. uh, I was thinking like the method would be different, but they
Yeah.
learn the grammar. Without grammar, how would you speak? Okay, if you
Mm.
see someone, so if they say something in past, so surely they are going to use the second form. Just say to
Yeah,
them, okay, just say in the past without using second form. They can't say, I think. So
yeah,
this
yeah,
is the thing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
grammar is necessary, but the method, I think, method is
yeah.
very important. Which
Yeah.
kind of a technique are you using, or you in what I think, because if I talk about since our school days, we have
Mhm.
been taught to speak in English through grammar, so
Mm.
we know
Yeah,
about the rules. So
yeah, yeah.
so that is the
But
thing, I think. People have misconception in their mind. They should know every grammar rules if they want to speak in English. But one thing I want to say, you have to learn only few grammatical rules if you want to become
yeah,
fluent speaker.
yeah,
Few
yeah.
basics you should know.
And you know, we are a native speakers. We are just learning this language at this stage, and our tongue is not used to speak this other language. Actually, at the time, I think where we should learn some basic grammars, and simultaneously we started speaking. maybe it would be work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, surely.
Yeah. If I talk about my next question, some viewer, like nowadays I'm also uploaded the videos on my YouTube channel, and there so many people asking that. So we know everything, like we know the all the grammars, all the we can make the sentences properly, we can
Mm-hmm.
speak alone, but we cannot face the cameras, we cannot speak confidently our surrounding. So how can what suggestion would you suggest them, like whenever they facing this type of problem?
Mm. I think this question is complicated, I think, because there are a lot of people and they
Mhm,
have different kind of a mindset. For
mhm,
example, if there is an introvert person, so for him or her, making a conversation with another person would be very difficult. Hmm?
mhm.
Because if sorry if when I started my journey, so I was really bad at having a conversation with someone on a video call, so I
Okay.
could not speak, and I used to feel shy. I used to say one word answers, so it used to happen, but after that
Okay.
I just kept on having a conversation with another person, and now you can see like 60 or 70% I don't feel any kind of a hesitation. I'm really comfortable. They can start with their friends, okay, and they can have a conversation with them in English, maybe for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And
Okay.
I think most of the time it happens. People are unable to speak in Hindi. When it
Yeah.
comes to interact on a video call, so
Yeah. Yeah.
they are not really comfortable. So that
Yeah.
is the thing.
It says that practice makes a man perfect. So if you want to learn something, whatever it is, English or anything else, you have to do one thing, it's only practice, right? And my next and last question is that if I talk about your own journey to learn English, can you tell me about your journey? Because now you become you sounds very good at your English. So can you tell about to our viewers to learn English of your learning journey?
Okay, so if I talk about my journey, so there's so many things I want to tell, and if I start, so I keep on speaking about my journey because there's so many things, and I want to say few things about my journey. Like my journey is filled with failures. For example, when I started learning the language, so I did not have any kind of a goal. I started it because I wanted to talk to someone in English, and I wanted to write my examination in English. So I just, because at that time I watched Alina Rai's ma'am video, and I got to know about that if you start speaking with another person, so you will learn the language faster. So I started interacting with another person, and after few, so it
Yeah.
happens most of the times with me. So it happened at that time also. And I can tell you one more thing. I did not have any kind of a guidance when I started it. So that is the reason I did not have any kind of a mentor at that time. So,
Mm.
and after that, again, 2 or 3 times, I think I gave up. And after that, I thought, okay, if I want to learn the language, so I have to take firm decision in my life, and I just started my YouTube channel out of nowhere. I just
Okay.
wanted to become consistent. So after that I took a challenge, and after that I started uploading videos on YouTube, and I had a goal at that time. Yeah.
One question is here raised here that when you started your YouTube channel at that time, you didn't feel that I'm not a good speaker in at English. I'm not a good at my English. What would be people react on my videos? You didn't feel that?
I
Have
was
you
very
started
excited.
teaching?
I was little bit different. Like I was so excited to record my video, and I wanted to do something at that time. And
Okay.
if I talk about, so I was really pretty confident about my English. I knew I was making mistakes, but at that time I knew I could talk about any kind of a topic, or
Okay.
I could have a conversation with someone in English. So maybe 2 or 3 lines, but I could do it at that time
Okay.
I had, and I was excited. So I did not have any kind of fear at that time. I was
Okay.
literally so happy. I was filled with joy at that time. I was not looking like, if you watch my first video, I was looking so scared. But yeah, I was happy at that time. There were, I think, 1 or 2 foreigners. They were watching my videos, and they said like they started learning German after watching my video.
Okay. You are very lucky. After all, your videos are watched by the foreigners. One thing,
Yeah,
Ajay, here I'm asked one thing, one question. Some viewer are asking that, like they, whenever they start speaking, they at that time they whenever we speak very speedy in a very speedy way at that time we look fluent, but it's not true. So should we control our speed? It's a good, or we then remain speak in a very speedy way. It looks sounds fluent. What is your opinion on it?
okay, yeah. But before I working towards it, sometimes few people were calling me at that time. So it was keep on going in, and after that, uh, like um, I think May or May, I was not focusing on my English as well. Like I was really demotivated as well, because I came across few people, and I was not practicing English. So after that, I found a good tutor for myself. So
Okay.
now I am learning from her, and these days I am giving my 100%. So I think it will take some time, or that is the way. Like if you see me, so sometimes I hesitate also, and my sentence is also not up to the mark. But yeah, I'm learning because I stopped in between.
You
Yeah.
know,
So this is my
English
journey.
English is very vast, so nobody can achieve that point because we are learner. But it's my blessings. One day you will achieve your goal, whatever you think about it.
Thank you so
So
much.
may in that group, it is a good group. Every day I am having a conversation with the wonderful ladies, and its credit goes to only you.
Yeah, no, I think it goes with every person. I think because it was my, fortune when I started my journey, when I started interacting with people. So I came across good people initially. So I was enjoying it. But when I came across other person like who were demotivating me, so I at that time I just felt a little bit bad about myself. Like, what am I doing? But yeah. So it is kind of a journey. And yeah, all people are very good, I think, especially if I talk about women.
Yeah, it's a very nice idea.